windy and rainy out today, but we need to get over to this pond because we have something to put in there. We ordered something from a local place in town and half the order came in. It was all supposed to come in today, but they only got half of it. So we need to get over there and release half of it, and the other half should be in next week. Looks like we need some new windshield wipers. I'm in a little bit of a hurry because these guys got delivered earlier today and they have been bagged for I don't know how long, and I noticed they're starting to school up a little bit, which typically means they're looking for air. We'll let them get used to the water. That temperature will equalize, and while we're waiting for that temperature to equalize, we're going to take some cedars. There's some cut pieces over there, and then we'll see if we need to cut any more. We'll put it down as cover so they can swim into that, so that they're all not eaten all at once. So these are what are called fathead minnows. What we ordered from that local store was 2 pounds of fathead minnows. This pond is a ½ acre, and what they typically call for is 4 pounds per acre. So we got 2 pounds here, and then we ordered catfish, channel catfish. The catfish did not come in, unfortunately, so all we have today is the fathead minnows. What we did here is we're creating cover for these guys to not get eaten immediately. The bass and crappie will do really well with these fathead minnows in here. It will actually help them start producing more and help them start putting on more weight and making the bass and the crappie a more edible size, I guess you could say. It's been about 15 minutes, so let's go ahead and release these. And I'm sure they're going to swim to that cover, and they'll probably stay in this vicinity and start working their way out. It looks like we have 1 goldfish mixed in. There they go. Just like that, they're gone. You can see them all migrating out. You can see the gold one right there. He stands out. He's hard to miss. You can see what they look like there. Really pretty. So far a success. They didn't all float to the top. They all seem like they're staying around the cedar area. And as long as they stay alive long enough to spawn, start reproducing a little bit, that's what will give this pond a really good head start. Need to go cut some wood now, and I think Heidi's got some dinner waiting for me after that. I thought we were done with winter. It seems like he wants to hang on a little longer. At least the rain gave me a little bit of a break. It is a little chilly though. I think it's about time for that hot dinner that Heidi made. Look at that. I think we can get some stuff done with that. Lately, we've been playing the Will She Start game. She does today. We're gonna head over to the barn over here and grab some T-posts and a T-post hammer. Looks like a storm's coming in. I thought I had a whole bunch of T-posts over here, but by the looks of it, it doesn't look like I have many. There's only a handful, so we might use these to plot it out instead. The auction ended today, so all this will be picked up tomorrow. What are you doing there, Rolly? Huh? What are you doing there, puppy? I thought I had a tape measure over here, but I don't. I think I'm gonna cut myself a long stick as a guide stick. What are you guys doing? Huh? That's not gonna work. Look at that. Almost don't even need to cut it. I think we will anyway, though. Well, maybe a change of plans. The weather is calling for some rain showers tonight. So I think what we'll do instead is we'll get some of this dirt work done on the side. That way we know it's not gonna be sloppy. And then tomorrow we will tackle measuring this whole fence line out and then drilling posts. Got a few projects planned for this thing as long as we have it. First, we need to bury this pump and level all this dirt out that we trenched last fall. And then tomorrow we will be tackling that fence. I rented an auger that's gonna attach to this, so we need to map that out, and then we need to start drilling holes for that fence. This dirt work is proving to be a little bit more of a challenge than it should be, just because there's so much rock. Whenever we trenched this, there was a lot of rock mixed in, and now it's all pulled up to the surface, so you can't just smooth it out like it should be. Quick and easy task, but that's my life. I never do anything easy. It got dark quick. Well, I think that's it for tonight. All the dirt work is done where we trenched last year, and so that's all done. Tomorrow we need to work on the holes, and then we need to work on the shipping container and get all that done. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I think it's time to do some fence planning. We're gonna go around the front field and we're going to mark off where we want all of our corner posts, and we're gonna try to just kind of map it out in a general sense, and then we're gonna come back through with some string and see if we can get it really straight. And then we get to drill posts. We'll need to go over there in a bit and give them another hay bale. They're about out. It's gonna be a pretty busy day around here today. Everyone who bid on that online auction, they're gonna be coming over and picking up stuff. So we're gonna have a flood of traffic in and out of here all day. These H braces that I did last year and that I've done on my previous farms have been 6 foot wide. I've never had any issue with a 6 foot. And the gentleman who taught me how to fence, he fenced for like 25 years. He never had any issues with his fences. And he did 6 foots also. But I found out that I think it's the NRCS or one of those government agencies, they require a 9 foot H brace if you're ever gonna get like funding. And so I think that going a little bit longer is gonna be a little bit stronger. So I think I'm gonna do an 8 foot H brace this time. Also, it just makes it more simple. I can do all my cuts at 8 foot. I don't have to get them mixed up. They can all be in the same pile. So it'll just make life simpler and hopefully the fence will be stronger. This curve around here is gonna be tricky. There's gonna be a whole bunch of posts coming around this way. So all what I'm doing here is I'm marking off just approximately where I want that post, and because this is a curve in the driveway, it's really just gonna kind of be an eyeball type of thing. These are just temporary posts that I had laying around. I can use them to mark where I'm gonna put the post, and then I can also run string through it and figure out the curvature of that fence and see if I like it or if I need to add or subtract a post. Fortunately, I really don't need to measure out how far I need to go from the driveway because I have my mower cut lines from the previous years. There is a bend right here, and I'm debating on whether or not to put a post in there or just run all the way from there to there and call it good and have it a little bit crooked in here. Let's look at it. You know, I think I'm gonna run the fence all the way down in a straight line, and I think next time we come in with gravel, I'll adjust the driveway a little bit. I don't think I want a post right in the middle of the field like that. We'll add posts later when we divide the fence, but I think it'll be kind of a weird post if I put it there. It's like the driveway starts to curve right about here. We'll put that there. I'm gonna run out of these temporary posts before too long. So I've plotted these fences out 2 different ways. I've eyeballed the posts from post to post and tried to see what was straight. The biggest thing is that H brace, trying to get that straight, because otherwise if you don't get it straight, that fence will either bend around that H brace and it will create stress on one side that it doesn't need to, or the H brace will go this way and the fence will go this way and they're not even connected. So you don't want either one of those, so you really want it straight. I've done this 2 different ways before. I have eyeballed it, that doesn't work. And I've also run string down it. The gentleman who taught me how to fence, he told me to run string down it and then come back and put your corner posts in, run your first wire, and then run your H braces. That way you know a true line. Problem is, I only have the auger out today. I don't have the luxury of putting my corners in, running a line, and then drilling later because you need to let that concrete set up. So I've been using this piece of board that I cut, and honestly, I think this is gonna work out the best because if you put it on the corner post and you look down it, it's basically like the sight of a gun. You can see exactly where that fence is gonna go. So I think this might be my new method as long as it turns out good. Green grass, springtime. This area here is a mess. It's got a bunch of rocks and dirt piles from when we came in here and we're digging rock for our patio. This is a really cool rock shelf that you can dig up just huge slabs of rock, but now it's a little bit of a pain. Getting these holes dug in this area is going to be a pain too. I think we'll come a little bit closer to the pond because of all that rock. We'll try to avoid that shelf, and we'll angle in a little bit right here. I think that will help us. Oh no, the last post. Well, I really like using those posts because I can put it down and then I can look down line of sight, figure out where the next one needs to go. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump on the skid steer, do a little bit of dirt work up front while we have the tooth bucket on, and then swap that out, stick the auger on, start auging some of these holes over here. That way I can pull those posts up and continue on plotting the fence. Of course, I changed my mind. We're gonna start auging holes first. The dirt work can come later. So good. I haven't really hit a whole lot of rock, and the little that I have, it's either busted through it or it's been pretty deep. So far we're gaining progress. I like it. It's nice having this skid steer. It's so heavy that it has so much pressure pushing down. It just eats through this dirt like butter. The best way to use an auger is a skid steer and not a tractor. I've used both. Skid steer, if it has high flow on it, works a lot better than a tractor. But anything's better than digging by hand, right? We lost the clips off of these pins and dropped the auger, but luckily we have a spare on the box blade. We're almost done. I think what I'm gonna do, this fence that we did last year, this curve of this driveway right here, it needs a couple more posts put in here. There, then we'll put a brace across that way. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. The buffalo are awaiting their new pasture. When I went down the driveway last year, I went too straight and I didn't curve around to it, so we're just having to add these in. We just need to get on the other side of the fence now and drill the holes for the other side of the bracing. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull these posts up while I've got this skid steer. We won't be fencing this right now, but It'll be soon. These are good hedge posts. We'll reuse them. What do you say we move a shipping container today? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scoot it over to the corner. I'm gonna put some wood blocks underneath it, and then I'm gonna come back with the jack when I'm not pressed on time, and I'm gonna jack it up and put cinder blocks or cement blocks to be able to get it to the right height, and that way the bottom of it doesn't rust away on me. Two vehicles wouldn't even move it. The skid steer moves it around like it's a toy though. We still have a few more things to do this evening with the skid steer, but I suppose we better get the buffalo fed before they go hungry. Buffalo are all coming up. They heard that tractor. It means feed for them. Look happy. We're gonna head down front and take care of some old brush piles. We're gonna push them up. I don't think I'm gonna set them on fire tonight. It's a little windy. Just kind of goes against my better judgment right now. So we're gonna push them up anyway, and then wait for a later date to light them. I almost forgot. First, we need to take care of these piles. Good sized rock. I think we might put that by the pond. That ought to be a good rock for the kids to fish off of. Time to move some brush now. I was gonna make all this into one big brush pile, but there is too much. So I think it's actually gonna be 4 brush piles. The coyotes are awful vocal tonight. We almost have this taken care of. This pile is just massive. I need to push it in a little bit more, and then we have that pile done, and that pile done. We're almost done for the day, which is good because it's almost 8 o'clock and I'm hungry. looks like it's one of the bricks to the old original farmhouse. Watch out, Wolf. Well, I think that's enough work for today. Thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. If you guys are interested in supporting us, there is a link in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.